It's 2 a.m. Your chest feels tight, your stomach is in knots, and you are staring at the ceiling. If you've ever laid awake panicked about how you're going to stretch your paycheck to the end of the month, you are not alone. 80% of all adults are currently living in this exact state of financial chaos, what we call the messy middle. When you ask people to describe their relationship with money, the same three emotions come up over and over again: fear, shame, and guilt. Carrying that heavy emotional weight day after day creates a dangerous psychological trap. You look around at everyone else seemingly holding it together, you look at your own bank account, and you assume you are personally defective. You start to think your brain is broken. But here is the reality. You are not broken. The discomfort and anxiety you feel is actually a sign that your body is working perfectly. Your nervous system is designed to act as an alarm, and right now, it's doing its job by screaming at you that you are not safe. Think about the biological logic. If your credit cards are maxed out, your savings account sits at zero, and you're literally one flat tire away from financial ruin, your body would be failing you if it let you relax. It shouldn't let you sleep deeply or goof off with your friends. What you are experiencing is not a mental health malfunction. You have simply built a life in a hostile financial reality, and that environment has locked your body into a permanent state of fight or flight. We are pushed into this ecosystem of extraction from the moment we become adults. We are told that a university degree is the only path to success, so we sign up for massive student loans. Then we arrive on campus and get lured into our first credit card in exchange for a free t-shirt and a slice of pizza. From there, the cultural pressure mounts. We watch home renovation shows and scroll through social media, internalizing the idea that we have to project an image of success. So we finance cars we can't afford and take out mortgages that stretch us to the breaking point just to keep up the illusion. When you sign those loan papers, you give up control of your future. When you owe money, you do not get to decide what you do tomorrow. The bank, the mortgage company, and your creditors own your time. Your human nervous system is incredibly perceptive. It recognizes this profound loss of autonomy. It processes the fact that someone else controls your survival as a literal, physical threat to your life. This architecture is a system of products, loans, lines of credit, and interest rates, honed over decades to harvest a percentage of your labor. Every payment that leaves your account is a transfer of agency to a creditor's balance sheet, keeping your nervous system in a constant state of perceived danger. This danger kicks off the cycle of paralysis, starting with lost margin and debt. This trips your alarm system, creating acute anxiety and severe fatigue.
Exhausted, you make poor, short-term decisions to cope, like stress spending, pulling you right back to the beginning. Instead of addressing these behaviors, we deflect blame onto inflation, the housing market, or how impossible it is to afford concert tickets. We obsess over expensive cultural distractions rather than facing the numbers in our own household. But complaining about the economy is like complaining that it's hot in Arizona. It changes nothing. As long as your biological alarm is ringing, your logical brain remains disabled, practically forcing you to repeat the exact behaviors that keep you broke. Breaking out of this loop doesn't require a degree in economics. The mathematics of building wealth maxes out at a 6th grade level. Personal finance is only 20% head knowledge. The other 80% is about your behavior. You cannot medicate your way out of a survival alarm, and you certainly can't ignore it. To silence the panic, you have to physically change your environment and start making choices that create actual, tangible safety. Change begins when the frustration of staying the same finally outweighs the fear of the unknown. It's the point where you decide the illusion of having it all is no longer worth the panic of owning none of it. Choosing reality means laying all your cards on the table. It means writing down exactly how much debt you owe, accepting what your current job pays, and ruthlessly ignoring the cars and vacations you feel you deserve, but simply cannot afford right now. This requires more than a temporary New Year's resolution. It requires moving from a passive consumer of debt to a person who treats their income like a defensive perimeter, rejecting anything that threatens their peace. As this breakdown shows, the most effective tool for reclaiming your autonomy is the zero-based budget. You take your total monthly income and assign every single dollar to a specific category: groceries, housing, paying off debt, until the remainder reaches exactly zero. While it sounds restrictive, a budget is actually a powerful biological hack. By explicitly telling your money where to go before the month begins, you send a clear signal to your nervous system that you are back in the driver's seat. When that last balance hits zero, the physical alarm finally shuts off. Your heart rate slows. Your muscles lose that chronic defensive tension. For the first time in years, your body is no longer preparing for a disaster that never arrives. This is what it looks like on the other side. You can sleep through the night without a racing heart. You have the mental space to connect deeply with your family, and you build the margin to live an outrageously generous life. Ending the cycle stabilizes your finances and silences your internal alarm simultaneously.
It converts money from a source of chronic anxiety into a neutral tool for building a life you can actually enjoy.